Then... Oh. All right. Now, without further ado, allow us to begin. Now, those of you watching may notice that there are only 3 people here today, and that the session is session 125.5. We're doing a filler episode today because it's been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks since we played, and we don't want to cancel another session, but half the party is unavailable.
And some people can't handle cancellation again.
Beach episode.
Yeah, those weird fuckers.
And also, we're going to be losing one of our players like halfway through the session, so... without further ado, last we left off, the party escaped Damon. It was a brutal encounter. The Vampire Lord held no mercy against the adventurers, nearly striking down Vemfer entirely within a single round. The party realized they had to flee. However, after they escaped, they managed to at least stop the ritual. So while they didn't send Daemon back to his coffin, they did succeed in forcing the Crest Hunt to now have to sacrifice one of their own in the final ritual.
We did send Damon back to his coffin too, didn't we?
Did you?
Yeah, through the failed ritual.
Yes, right.
Yeah, he died.
You are correct on that. The failed ritual did siphon Daemon's life force and forced him back to his coffin. Like I said, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks, and I only skipped through the episode when I was refreshing myself. You are right. Daemon was sent back to his coffin. So I would call that a win in your favor. All things considered. Nobody died, and you managed to make it back to APS Island alive. Most of the party were teleported by Dee Dee, and Helly managed to escape through the use of V to be teleported to APS Island by Ariane. And I believe that's where we're picking up, is shortly after Helly returns. But I believe there was a conversation between Hellebore and Rain that we were going to cover first.
Oh, no, there's not. It was
Okay.
once Helly gets here.
All right, show up.
Okay.
I guess.
Helly finishes her conversation with Akatala and seeks out her fiancé, reuniting in the darkened streets of APS.
The session ended with Hellebore hugging Helly and crying very hard. I imagine that lasts for a good bit before she finally is able to compose herself just enough to be able to form actual words. And she will look up to Helly with a smile, but there's clearly guilt there as well. Helly, first of all, thank you. You made the right decision getting us out of there. I know that. That was incredibly brave. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I failed. I should have killed him, actually killed him, not just sent him back to his coffin. I was practicing, like, the mock sunlight, and, like, I was going to kill him, and I failed. And I'm sorry.
Really, no. We won. That was, like, I didn't think he would be that strong, but seeing how strong he was, that was, I think, the best we could have done. They didn't get what they wanted. He's gonna have to go all the way back to the Shadowfell and, like, regenerate, and that's gonna take time. And we can fuck up all of their other plans while he's doing that. This is a good thing. You didn't fail.
I mean, you're right that I knew it was unrealistic to think that I could really do something permanent, but you're right. None of us died, and that's way better than what I expected. It could have went a lot worse.
And if his, like, vampire healing is as bad as the devil's regenerating, that sucks. He's pissed. Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
And the ritual failed. He does.
One of them have to die now, at least.
Yep. He does. He kind of. Well, he showed me that he knows about the water being lifted, but he also said that they haven't said that to all of them, which I don't really know why. But hey, most of them still don't know. Although at any moment they could know.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
And this gives you more time to practice your sunlight.
True. It's true. I've been trying to use you as inspiration. It hasn't turned out very you, though.
Oh. It's nighttime, isn't it?
Yes.
I could see, I mean, you know, Mother's like an angel of the sun. Like, I could see if there's something that she could do or I could do that could help.
Maybe. It's like sunlight, but it's like not sunlight. But I think it still burns. It still burns me. I had blisters all over my skin when I was practicing.
Well, she looks ahead. The dark night is like, maybe when it won't wake so many people up, we try it.
Oh, okay. We had something very important come up anyways, that we need to talk about as soon as possible. We should go somewhere private, though. It's nighttime anyways. We should maybe find somewhere to rest.
How about that inn that we stayed at before?
Yeah, we could go there.
I will look
Helipper
over.
will,
Go on, sorry.
real quick, she'll kind of look over her shoulder. It was never stated that Rindal and Arian left, so I assume they're still kind of just over there in the corner doing something.
They're decomposing.
Rindal and Ariane are currently deep in conversation.
Okay. Helipper will call out to them.
Rindal, I did want to ask if it was okay. We're planning on leaving tomorrow. We need to get a move on, but I wanted to ask if I could stop by your office and speak with you first. There's a few pretty important things I need to discuss.
She kind of glances back to Ariane for a second before she looks at you, and will kind of call back out to you. Give me about half an hour, and then meet me in my office.
Oh, you want to do it tonight? Okay, we can do
Or
that.
we can do it tomorrow. I'm free tomorrow.
No. These are important things. Rest is for the weak. Yeah.
That's not true, and you know it.
Tonight's fine.
I'll see you soon.
I would like to look over to Rain. Is Rain still with Zed?
he's here.
I believe we
You're
remember.
like-
Yeah, Rain did meet up back with the group. Actually, he left Zed with the others
Okay.
with a book club.
So then Helly will just ask, did they get that goblin guy sorted?
Rain, it takes a moment before he responds. Yeah, the goblin guy's sorted.
Who is that anyway?
Right now, I don't know. That's
Rookie.
up to him.
Helly, you had something?
Yes. Yeah. Let's go get a room first.
We go get a room!
You make your way to the room. You find a place to stay easily enough and pile into a room, shutting the door behind you. Get yourself a little bit of privacy.
Helipper will immediately look over to Rain.
Can you put up a dome? And maybe one of the things that makes it where people can't scry too. This is kind of important.
Ooh, going all out on that security, okay. Yeah, I can do it, just give me a few minutes.
Is Dee Dee still with us?
You never desummoned her, so sure.
Yeah. Then Helly would speak up and say, they can't scry on us while Dee Dee's here.
That's true.
Less work for me, then.
Helipper will message Helly real quick.
You might not want to be here for this. The less people that know, the better. I trust her. Yeah.
Helly kind of shrugs. Yeah, but Dee Dee's probably got a lot that she has to get back to. So maybe you should go ahead and do that, Rain.
Okay, more work than me. Fine, that's fine.
This is where Dee Dee's like, what? No, my schedule's free.
I mean, I could step. Are you desummoning her as she starts to protest?
Yeah. All right, we hut and we private sanctum is the other one, right?
We're doing it all.
We have a tiny sanctum.
I like our tiny sanctum, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Heliport will kind of clear her throat.
Okay. Some very important information has been brought to my attention. Rain,
Heliport?
go on.
Go on with what?
Rain knows where Domi is. Can you please say the location?
Ah, that. Right. Well, you see, it's not that I know the location of Domi. I just might know a potential possibility as to where Domi might be located, but it might not entirely be true. It's also not an exact pinpointed thing. It's just, kind of a vague hint, really.
That's more than what we really have right now, unless you're about to say it's at the bottom of the ocean and leave it at that, in which case...
It is at the bottom of the ocean. I will give you that. That is that. Ding, ding, ding. That's the hint. Yeah.
Where?
Under a city, or rather, in a city. At the bottom of the ocean.
There's a hole.
It's
This
at the
trampoline's a
bottom of
lot.
the ocean. I mean, how many underwater cities can there be?
I don't know. How many fish people are there?
Oh fuck, fish people exist in this world again. I forgot. Damn it. Hold on.
Okay, I have to ask. Is this you, Ayla, not remembering that, the exact, basically, pretty good instructions were given? Or is this Rain?
No, this is Rain. This is Rain.
Oh
Fish
my
people
God.
do exist in this world, Ayla, to be clear.
Sorry, what?
Fish people do exist. That is a thing.
Yeah. I, as a player, forgot. Rain would not have forgotten that.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's
it still
also
works what
that,
he said. It also just makes it seem like he was really trying to keep this hidden.
It's also that, those cities that the fish people live in are not on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is Heliport's reaction to Rain definitely being shady in this conversation?
She immediately frowns whenever you say that, and, just narrows her eyes slightly.
Rain, you made it sound earlier like you actually had a location. Do you not?
I mean... Helibor, you know as well as I do that I do lie about things. And especially in moments of great danger, I tend to lie a lot.
Is this a moment of great danger?
No. I...
Rain, I can overlook a lot of the silly little things that you lie about.
Okay, now we're
Do
getting
not
into the moments of
lie
danger.
to me about this.
Okay. You have to really understand this here. I don't know exactly where it is, okay? I've seen it. I've seen the location. I've seen all that. Yes. But I don't have a direct map to point A to point B. I just know that there's an access point the Underdark's access point. It's in the Empire. And that's
So,
Underdark go to the ocean?
it's how we get to the city, at least southern part of the Empire, mind you.
the
It's
southern part of the Empire off the coast in the Underdark.
yes, we need to find the Empire's access point to the Underdark. Through there, we should be able to find the way to the city. And in the city, there's. I don't know exactly how we're going to navigate it, but that's where we'll find it.
Thank you, Rain, for telling me.
Now that I've told you, we probably are going to have to move fairly quickly to try to get. Because we already
point
know once things are in motion, those bastards certainly aren't going to slow down. So.
We'll head out first thing tomorrow. I know plenty of trees along the southern coast. I can get us there very quickly, and then I don't know any Underdark entrances, but we can find one. I mean, worst case scenario, we can just do the thing we did with E before and just go directly underground and walk around until we find a cave system.
That is true.
What about? I assume she's not with us. What about Akatala? Are we just gonna leave her here? Are we gonna drag her along?
I'm not opposed. I mean, they did help us in the fight.
We know they don't work for the Cursed Ones.
It could be beneficial, and I don't think they're going to be one that could be paid off to work for the Cursed Ones. We definitely should talk to them, but we need to figure out what we're going to tell them.
There are definitely worse people she might be working for, though.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that it's that dangerous to just say that we're looking for the relic. I mean, she's already saw that you have yours. We can just say that we don't want the Cursed Ones to have them. We don't have to give personal details.
But then what if you pick it up and it works? Then we might have some explaining.
Helper's eyes widen.
You think that's possible?
I don't know. I don't know how this relic stuff works.
I think it's definitely possible.
Then that's easy. That's easy. I just say my dad's a vampire. I don't say which one. I just say they are, and they normally have the crest, so I can be like, oh, you know. I can get around it. I can definitely finagle my way. One of you might have to lie for me, though, because I can't really lie, but...
I can definitely lie for you if need be.
Okay.
Oh, I can lie for you.
I think I'd be better at lying for you.
Yeah, I think he would be too. That was a lot.
Really? I couldn't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it does work, I'm not going to use him or anything. We need to hide him anyways. That's not something that can be public. I do think once we have the relic, though, we need to take it and get out as soon as possible. You weren't there, of course, Ellie, but the first time that we came across Rain's relic, we went through a whole thing, got to where it was, and then they showed up and they took it. So we need to move quickly once we locate it.
That makes me
Wait.
That makes me think I'm confused. The whole point of this magic stuff that Rain just did was so that they can't hear us talk about this, right? Why Rain said now that he said it out loud, we need to hurry there. Why?
Because
It
there's
sounds
this,
like they might be finding these by following you.
that's a good possibility, maybe. However, I also think that there's something else to it. Something where, like, it's a domino effect almost. Us having this conversation here, well, it just tipped the scales in their
What's-
favor. Uh, this
Wait,
is where
hold
we
on.
reveal that
Do you
Rain's
think-
superstitious.
Yeah, Alex, do you think that sharing information with your friends and your cohorts tips the scales in the enemy's favor?
No, not always, not always. Just with this particular thing, well, we've got a lot of information backing this one up.
Rainbow, information is power. Wars are
Exactly.
won off of information. We need to know what we know. If you knew where you knew, you know that it is in an Underdark entrance. What if one of us did know where that entrance was, but you never told us where that we were looking for it? Then we would have never found it because we wouldn't know what we were looking for. It would have been better off just to let us know.
I mean, look, I think I understand what you're trying to get at here. There's just a weird set of coincidences that have continuously happened whenever we've discussed the relics. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure the information leak comes from you guys. I'm afraid it might be of my own making.
You're not entirely sure? What? Why would we be leaking information?
It might be unintentional. I mean, we all know who Hellebore has up there.
That aside, Icky wants Hellebore to succeed.
Yeah. That doesn't really make much sense.
And
I mean, it's probably more like, I mean, Rain, I know you like change up your colors sometimes,
buddy,
but like
shut up.
you're in general kind of really noticeable. It's not that hard to track you, I don't feel like.
If you're suggesting I get rid of my colors, that's not gonna happen.
I know that's why I haven't asked you to, but it is something to keep in mind. And the platform heels, they're very cool, but they're very noticeable.
It makes it to where I can see above everyone else in crowds.
And then everyone can see you.
Look, I don't need to stealth, okay? I'm more of the distraction. And besides, when I do need stealth, I'm quite good at it. And when it's required, I can lose my colors. I went on a whole mission at the carnival. And it ended up. Oh. We should dispose of some bodies, actually. I have a few of them I need to get rid of.
I would say it might be a bad idea to pull them out here because of like the smell, but I smell like that anyway, so we can just blame it on me. I can go ahead and eat them.
Okay.
Okay.
I hate this TV.
What bodies do you have anyway? Maybe Tara can get something out of them.
Well, actually, I would like to ensure at least one gets a proper burial. If that's okay.
Who?
We can do it when we stop out. Okay, so at the carnival, I might have made a friend. And they might have not been such a nice friend. And so I dealt with them before they became a problem later on down the line.
Okay. When we get off the island, we can bury them.
Give me just a moment, guys. My cat is screaming.
Smoky.
He sounds so pathetic. Okay, we're good now. We're good. Okay. That would probably be best.
Okay. I can go ahead and eat the other ones real quick, though. I do have to meet Randall in, like, 15-ish minutes, but I should be able to eat them all by then.
Does Helly say anything about this?
About eating them?
Yeah, is Helly just like, okay, sure, that's a good idea?
I mean, Helly's kind of... It was a while ago that Helly concluded that druids work by different rules, and so Hellebore eating people probably doesn't count as dehumanization.
What about Rain giving the bodies to Hellebore? Does that count? Is Rain damning himself even worse?
That is a fair point.
I believe undeath is lower in the hells than
It is.
dehumanization. So
yeah, no, this
Rain's
would not be
still
worse.
picking off every mark in the box, apparently, though. Okay.
I mean, Rain just by nature marks off avarice. He's marked off disregard so many times. He's marked off complacency so many times. He's marked off prejudice a few times. Rain by nature marks off manipulation, dehumanization, undeath. I mean, at this point, you just got to get warmongering and treachery.
Okay, bet.
I'm sure.
Treachery
Rain can
didn't
get
tell
some
Hellebore
treachery.
something very important to her.
Treachery's an easy one to get.
All right.
I mean, okay, hold
okay.
on.
Who eats all those
Doesn't
bodies?
Rain already do warmongering? He did create an entire crime syndicate and then make rivals
you
with
created-
Nyx.
You created a crime syndicate to help people, though, didn't you?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I guess it was a noble thing for me to do. I guess.
Kinda.
Well, feeding time.
All right, Rain will pull out a body and just throw it down. It's a little bit of an old body. Rain will search it first for anything. I believe this was just a. Let me check the list. I think this was just actually. I think this one's already been searched. Yeah, the only one that hasn't been like thoroughly, fully searched is oh, what's their name? Oh gosh.
I don't know their name.
Hold on. I can definitely find out their name though. It's Aylin Arena? Did I say that?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that sounds right.
Aelin Arena. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's the only body that hasn't been searched yet. Which I feel like is a good time to probably pull out and search. Rain will give over a body. I think it was just a body of a cursed one. Over for Helibor to snack on, and while he's doing that, he will also pull out Arena's body, and when he does, he's going to sew those earrings.
Yeah.
He's got a few. He's got a few pairs of them.
Mhm. They seem fine when you pull them out.
Okay. Rain will leave the earrings on her. Does she have anything else on her body, though, that could have been
Roll
noticeable
investigation.
abuse? Okay. Let me steal Miranda's dice because I don't know where Rain's dice are.
Miranda dice.
Miranda dice. Where's Rain's character sheet? I kind of
As
need
opposed to the rice.
that. That's gonna be 22. Kind of bad. I mean, it's above average, actually, so.
22, you said?
Yep.
Okay. You find digging through her pockets a crumpled note and a pouch with 13 platinum pieces.
Ooh.
All right, Rain will take the platinum pieces. It's nice. Oh. I can't remember what it was. She should also have her dragon stuffy.
Yes, she does.
I can't
All
remember
right.
which one it was.
We had so much stuff to actually get through to Giving Rain, yeah.
Yeah.
We never did do that.
Well,
Man, that
there's
would be
absolutely
great.
no time like the present.
I just don't remember.
Wait,
it
no.
all.
Wait, no, didn't we give it to Rain? We kind of just like brushed past it because we were running into the complication that if Rain didn't get it, then Div would.
Yes.
And
But
Div
I
had
think-
to leave.
Yeah.
I think at the time we had just said like we were just like, Ray, put this in your bag because we were like in a rush.
Yeah, and Rain
It
just
wasn't
like, let it be thrown in the bloody bag. Rain
Yeah.
really needs cleanup in there. Rain will prestidigitation his bag a bit, get rid of the dead body smell a bit.
All the contents of Rain's bag now smells like dead bodies.
Not if he prestidigitations it.
You wake up in the night and Helibor's just eating your bag.
Helibor, no, drop it.
And then bag of holding, but it's just a trash bag, and like the downside of it is that everything you put in it now smells like trash.
Real.
What are we waiting on?
Nothing really.
What?
Helibor's gonna eat all these bodies,
No.
and then get up and get ready to go. She will invite Rain and Helly if they want to come with her. Actually, she'll definitely be like, Helly, you need to come with me because there's something I have planned that we kind of need Helly there for. But she will invite Rain as well.
I guess I'll go if I have to.
Rain, are you gonna go with, or I don't know how long you could stay for session.
Good. Let me think. I can go for a little bit longer. Well, okay. So I can go for probably like 15, 30 more minutes, and then I should probably head out. Um,
Do you want Rain to follow?
Here's what I'll say. Rain won't follow because if he follows, it will bring down the tiny hut and everything. And this way it allows everyone to come back in. So this will just be the room for the night.
Okay.
And I'll call it that is Rain will summon Felix, and he's going to start classes in session. He's going to start teaching Felix more how to read, write, and all that.
Okay.
Adorable.
Sounds good. Then Hellebore and Helly, you guys make your way towards Rindal's office, right?
Indeed.
As you make your way to the familiar lab, you knock, but as you go to knock, the door swings partially. It's not even fully closed. You see inside, Rindal is currently sitting over a vial, like a jar, and inside is what appears to be an illithid tadpole. As she's kind of looking over the jar, taking notes, she turns her head as you enter. You also notice the kind of towards the corner of the room, past the lab and into kind of the living area. Fenrir is kind of sitting at a table, and her ears twitch as you enter, and she turns to look towards you as well. Rindal gives you a bit of a smile and steps away from the vial. Hellebore, come on in.
Hellebore is rushing in, and Folk's like right past Rindal and over to Fenrir.
Rindal doesn't even bat an eye as you do that. Fenrir kind of smiles as you approach, and you see her tail begins to wag. As she says, Friend Hellebore!
Fenrir! Oh my gosh, how have you been?
Fenrir, good. Rindal help. Sometimes. Not hurt anyone.
Perfect! How have your transformations been?
Except Rindal, sometime. But she says she's okay. Transformations still hurt. But moons sing to me. And they sing so pretty.
Oh. Yeah. Well, but I'm really glad that you're doing well. That makes me extremely happy. I
Is
need
friend
to talk to
Hellebore
Rindal.
okay?
Oh. Relatively speaking, I'm pretty okay.
Good. Happy.
Of course. Okay, I do need to speak to Rindal about a few things that are pretty important. But I'll definitely come in here and see you again.
Okay. Rindal kind of glances over towards Fenrir as she says, Fenrir, why don't you go take a walk? Go enjoy the fresh air. It's okay. Bring your collar, but you should be okay. She nods, and you see Fenrir walks over to one of the walls and pulls a fairly loose collar and clicks it around, and you see a gem in the center lights up, and a faint magical aura kind of encases her. It sits loosely, more like a bandle than like a chalk. More like a bandle for her neck than like a choker collar kind of thing. But it seems to do the job for activating whatever magic is in that gem. As she, like, her tail wags and she waves to you before she turns to leave, closing the door behind her. Rindal,
Okay.
Rindal kind of sighs a bit, and you see her face drop as soon as Fenrir is gone, and she looks back towards you. I've managed to suppress some of the illithid hive mind's effect on her, but I don't know if you noticed, it seems to have affected her intelligence.
But she's to a point where she can, like, wander around and not attack people?
She's safer now, not as aggressive, but the less she interacts with the hive mind, the less full sentences she's speaking. There are days where she speaks entirely in third person. Not that that's a mark of a lack of intelligence by any means, but
Her memory and state of being didn't seem to be that great since she was released.
she's healthier physically, for sure. She's getting enough exercise and food and all of that, but I just wish there was a balance between her aggression and her intelligence that I could find. I don't want to lobotomize her just to save her life, you know?
Yeah. She seems intelligent enough to me. I mean, she recognized me.
She's cognate, for sure, and her memory doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. It's just basic cognitive functions. When I started these tests, she was beyond proficient with mathematics and memorizing formulas, and she's struggling with it now. The more she strays from the hive mind, the less intelligent she gets, and I'm worried about what would happen if I break her free entirely. I'm trying to find a safe way to do that without sacrificing any more of
Yeah. I wish I could help in some way. I don't really know how to, though.
No, I wouldn't ask you to, not... The only methods that you could help me with are... They'd be too much of a risk to you, and I don't want to do that to anyone. So, instead, I just have to work with what specimens I have. And she gestures towards the vial. But enough about that, unless that's what you've come here to talk about. What did you need?
Well, it kind of partly is, at least. Did you, like, cut that out of someone's head?
In the aftermath of the cleanup at Adoria, one of the thralls, this came out of their head when they died. It went seeking another host, but I managed to capture it before it could find one. So, I didn't cut it out of their head, but basically.
Guess that helps. I did learn some more things. I'm sorry, I know you said to, like, contact you as soon as I learned anything about illithids, but, well, we were in that attack thing, and there was a lot that was going on,
Helivor,
and,
contact me as soon as you can, is what that meant. If you're busy or in the middle of something, You don't need to drop everything just to tell me.
Your research is important, though. So, I'm sorry for not reaching out sooner, but, I have a full report ready now.
That's what matters.
Bye, Ayla.
Ayla.
Bayla.
Okay. There's a lot. There's a lot. Do you want all of it?
Let's go one at a time, but I probably will want all of it.
Oh, I'm not very good at doing one at a time. I'm just gonna rant, and then
Okay.
I trust you to be intellectual enough to, like, sort it by, like, relevancy and stuff. So, yeah, I'm just gonna start.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So, it's been. I know we were, like, kind of on the fence the last time I saw you about whether or not, like, the whole hearing the moons thing and all of that. It was, illicity. It's been, like, basically confirmed at this point. I'm, like, pretty sure I have, one of the cute suckers eating my brain right now. So that's cool. And yeah, so we know who, like, the main person is. So there's all, like, the illithids, right? And then, like, they're all part of a hive mind. And then there's, like, a big brain that's, like, controlling all of them. And it was a guy. Like, he's just a guy, or was just a guy. And his name was Felnerunki, or Nada. And he was, like, super ancient or whatever, but he was just a guy. And then, like, I don't know, like, he got, like, well, actually, I do know, he got, like, cursed/blessed with, like, the illithidism. And, like, the illithidism is, like, it was a thing that was given to him by a god, Hexercil. And he was, like, given that, and then
I'm just gonna
he went.
I'm just gonna interrupt for half a second here. While you're talking, Rindal does, like, quietly walk back into the lab, grabs a notepad and quill, and begins to write. But she's still listening as she does. Go on.
Okay.
So yeah, after he got the illithidism, he was like, yeah, he got, like, really crazy or something, and he was all like, whoa, what if, like, all of the suffering ever could just, like, stop? And I guess, like, his solution for that was to be like, oh, well, we'll just make a hive mind, and I'll just control everyone, and then I'll make them happy, and then, like, no one will die because, yeah, like, if I just control everyone, then, like, I can tell them not to fight, and like, it works in theory, but it's a pretty bad thing to do. So yeah, that was his idea. So he's like, I'm gonna make everyone a squid, and, like, everyone's gonna be happy squids together. And yeah, so that's, like, his goal. He calls it, like, the grand design, which is pretty cool name for it, I guess. But yeah, that's his whole thing. And oh yeah, Finrir is also an Arnada. She's, like, related to the guy, and I guess that's why, like, she got implanted with one of the tadpoles, because, like, oh, I forgot to mention, he's super obsessed with his sister. His sister's name is Felicity. We met her. She's alive, but, like, he was looking for her for, like, thousands of years. It was like, where is she? Because, like, I guess she left him because she was like, he's kind of crazy, I don't want to be around him anymore. So, like, he was super obsessed with finding her, but, like, he found her at the thing, or tried to find her. Like, he pinpointed her location, and that's why that attack happened, like, in the Empire, and we were there, and we were talking to Felicity, and then that happened, and I may or may not have played a role in it, but anyways, yeah, a bunch of people died. Anyways, yeah, so, like, he was all like, whoa, I gotta find my sister, and swooped in, and now a bunch of people are illithids, and yeah.
Okay. A lot of that is new information. I'm gonna cross-reference my own notes real quick. So, Fenrir and you being part of the hive mind, at least tangentially, my own research has brought me to the same results. Numerous tests involving various forms of tracking or detecting illithids have detected Fenrir as one of their own. But it's good to have confirmation from a secondary source. I knew of the grand design, though I wasn't sure of its purpose or where it came from. I was also aware of the Elder Brain, but wasn't sure the history behind it. You mentioned the Arnada family. Fenrir is one of them, and Valnarunki, and what was the other name? Felicity?
Felicity. Mm-hmm. She kind of pauses for a second, thinking, this isn't so much my area of expertise, but there are legends about those names. House Arnada is descendant from the famed hero of old, Arnada, and his descendant family. The earliest that we can have record of post War of Heroes is a woman by the name of Siva Arnada. But there are legends of these two. They're called the Twins of Fear sometimes. Twin children of the god of fear who, I believe, they fought on opposite sides of the War of Heroes. And in the end, they, according to the legends, neither of them made it out alive, but I suppose that might just be another lie we were told, or another attempt to explain the unexplainable. It is said that they both perished fighting the gods of chaos and order the day the sun fell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not true. A lot of that whole thing isn't true.
I've been learning that since meeting you. Already, with my family history, I knew that there was certainly some deception to the whole heretic thing. Told to hide my crest from birth and all of that for obvious reasons. No descendants of the three heretic kings, the legends say, and yet Rindal holds out her hand and you see the crest of Mordom appears. She closes her hand and the crest vanishes. Wouldn't exactly be possible if there were no descendants, right?
The jealousy. The jealousy on Elber's face. Like, she has to, like, visibly bite her lip and look away, and, like, her tail is flicking around everywhere.
It makes sense, but was it revealed earlier? I can't remember. Or is this the first time we're hearing that Rindal has the crest?
I think this is the first time you're seeing the crest. I don't think it ever came up before, but I think there was an implication that at least she knew about it.
I know it was mentioned that she had a crest, but it wasn't confirmed which one it was.
Okay.
So, like, Helibor just tried to be happy and think it was something random.
But to know the goals of the grand design, she kind of taps her quill against the point in the notes where she wrote down grand design dash world peace ? It's an honorable goal, but very dishonorable methods. There might be some opportunity to perhaps speak some sense into them. Stop this violence without any more needless bloodshed.
Oh, I really don't think so. From what I was able to piece together, I'm pretty sure, like, Felicity tried to do that a lot, and, like, that seems to be the person he values, like, the most, and she couldn't do it, so I definitely don't think that we could.
She nods slightly. Again, kind of taps her quill against the grand design part, more seemingly in thought than specifically trying to point to it. After a moment, she says, "Then we might be able to suppress it."
Suppress it?
I mentioned I've been slowly severing Fenrir's tie to the hive mind. I've been doing that in twofold. I've been working on a potion that there's no good way to put this. I've essentially been microdosing her on poisons to try and kill the parasite in her head. Every time I've given her a dose, I've kept a very close eye on her and ensured that we had multiple healers nearby just in case, and an antidote. And it's been working. It seems to be more potent to the parasite than to her, as it was designed. But, as I've mentioned, at the cost of some of her cognitive function. The other way that I've been doing that is her collar. Ariane designed it. It blocks out any mental communications, any telepathy, any attempt to read minds, and it seems to block the hive mind entirely. But if she has it on for too long, she can go mental, revert to sort of a primal beast-like state. Rindal gestures to a couple scars on her arm that look to be deep teeth marks. Go on.
Helibra's eyes kind of... She flinches a little bit at that.
I don't understand why that's the case, and I've dialed back on trying to kill the parasite in her head until we can find a solution that doesn't turn her into that. But right now, the collar is the only thing that works to fully sever her tie. However, perhaps if we can make something big enough, we might be able to place it on or near the Elder Brain and sever the hive mind entirely.
Yeah? Yeah? I mean, getting there sounds like it would be extremely difficult, and dangerous, but maybe?
We've been trying to locate the Elder Brain. Using some past observations and sending ahead some scouts, we've narrowed down the location to the Underdark in the Callous Kingdom, but anything more than that, we can't get much closer than that. Though, she pauses and kind of trails off for a minute before she clears her throat. I suspect it might be beneath our family's ancestral land. As she looks directly at you, Hellebore.
Huh?
The area of the Callous Kingdom once known as Death Jungle. The kingdom that your father, my grandfather, once ruled.
Her eyes just like widen. What? Hold on a moment. He messages. You can't say that out loud. People are listening.
She kind of chuckles a little bit and gestures to the door behind you as she says, "This room is proofed against arcane scrying when the door is closed. Most of APS Island is." Ariane's idea.
You can basically hear the cogs turning as she considers this, and then will hesitantly speak aloud.
How did you figure it out?
Who father was. Or who grandfather was.
I was
Or-
about to say. Hold on.
No.
Hold
No.
on.
No. She said grandfather.
Okay.
Who grandfather was?
Yeah.
She kind of looks at you, looks at the scythe on your back, looks at her hand, specifically the hand she'd used to display the crest earlier, then back at you and just deadpan, lucky guess.
Am I outing myself? Do I need to be more conspicuous?
Hellebore.
Can everyone tell? Does
Hellebore.
everyone already know?
Hellebore. I'm joking. My father, his son, suspected long before even I was born. You are just the confirmation of that theory. You've really... When a vampire bearing a lost crest falls in love with a druid over and over and over again, every druid bearing the same mark, you start to put some pieces together. And when that vampire has knowledge of a history you never learned besides for through him, my father knew almost for certain that Todd had been a child of Relapai, or a descendant of Mortem. Admittedly, it wasn't until I laid my eyes upon him that I believed the theory that he might be Mortem. You wielding his scythe, or... Is that a replica, or is it the real thing?
Oh my gosh, I wish it was the real thing. No, this is like totally me just wanting to be him.
Okay. Either way, wielding a replica of his scythe, As the saying goes, it's the final nail in the coffin.
Wait, how do you know about the druid thing?
He spoke a lot to his wife, his late wife. Spoke about his past, and trust me, his children heard a lot about it. Not anything notable, but he wasn't a man of secrets. It was always how he always found himself drawn to the wilds, to hunters and druids and gatherers and those who prefer the woods to cities, and just like my grandmother. And
Okay.
he mentioned most of his lovers bore the crest of D-Ray, which history says was the first person Mortem ever loved. And there's a legend in my family of an old temple in the woods where we grew up. It was supposedly sacred, but we never were allowed to approach it. We didn't know where it had come from or how long it had been there, other than it had been there long before any other civilization here. And the name on that temple? Your name, Mila.
Oh,
I'm not sure the
Would you-
significance to Mortem, but if it had been in his territory longer than he had, I imagine there's some significance. A sister or a
Calibur's
lover,
been-
perhaps?
All over the place. Does she know of a temple in that area?
When you first met Rain, he was looking for a ruin in that
Mhm.
area. That's the only thing you know of.
Okay, so she's never happened across it.
You have never happened across a temple in that area, no. In fact, your mother... There was a portion of those woods that your mother always steered you away from. She never told you why. Just... The deepest parts of those woods you have never been to. And it's probably the only woods that you have not fully explored in the entirety of Azius.
Oh my. Okay, so she...
Except for maybe the Gamsai Isle. I don't think your mother would have brought you there.
Well, she brought her there once, because I remember I asked and you were like,
Yes.
yeah, she brought you here
Okay.
once.
Never mind.
because of the dragon fruit, but...
Yes, you're right.
And dinosaur.
I did forget about that. So yeah, I think Richland is the only forest that you haven't fully explored in the entirety of Azius.
Which is fucking hilarious, because, like, in her backstory, that's where she was born.
Mm-hmm.
It's been, like... Anyways,
Well,
okay.
exactly, right? It was where she was born, it's where she met her father, and yet it's the one place she hasn't fully explored, because there's one point at the deepest part of those woods that your mother never let you approach.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She just kind of, like, snaps her fingers.
okay. I totally know exactly where you're talking about then. I've never been there, but like, it's gotta be there.
So you think...
The brain is under there.
And maybe not under that temple specifically, but under the woods, beneath Richlam and Isya Sara, the ancestral land of Death Jungle.
Okay, the next time I'm in the area, I'm totally going there. Oh my. I was told to never go there. Do you think it's... Is it haunted?
Maybe.
Maybe?
I don't know.
Surely there's not ghosts, right?
It's
You're-
a temple in the middle of Death Jungle.
Ellie,
Yeah.
your mom told you never to go there?
Yeah.
And this brain might be there?
Oh my god. Do you think she knew about it?
Maybe.
That... Rindal kind of trails off as she kind of begins to think about it. Might actually be true. I was gonna say that seems like a stretch, but we haven't been able to get close enough to the hive mind. We haven't been able to get close enough to that temple to learn anything about it. And yet, all of our tracking and our research points towards southern Callus Kingdom Underdark. The access point might be right beneath that temple.
Do you think I'd be able to go to the temple and just not go underground and not get mind controlled?
How about this, Halibor? I can have Rindal make you a collar like Fenrir's. Don't wear it too often, but
Who are we
If-
talking to?
Ariane, yeah.
I can have Ariane make you a collar like Fenrir's. I didn't even realize I said Rindal for like 10 seconds after I said it. I can have...
Speaking in third person is contagious.
I was
Sorry,
about
go
to say,
ahead.
that would be masterful, like, hinting.
Would actually be crazy.
that would be crazy foreshadowing if Rindal was infected, but she is not. I can have Ariane make you a collar like the one that Fenrir has, but you need to promise me only to wear it if you think you need it.
Yeah. And does it block out
Ellie,
everything?
Everything. You wouldn't even
Ellie,
be able to
you-
receive a sending spell.
Ellie, if you start speaking in third person, this is going to get even more confusing for everyone.
I was gonna make a joke and be like, Helliper doesn't plan on doing it, but I shouldn't joke around about that, honestly. Yeah, me not in third person, does not plan on doing that anytime soon. That could actually be very useful, though. If
Just,
you'd be able to make that.
it's a relatively simple enchantment. One you don't even really need to attune to. I will speak to Ariane tonight, and we can have... Honestly, we might even make Talzin make it, because it's simple enough, but it's practice that he needs.
Could it be done by tomorrow morning?
For sure.
Okay, perfect. We have to go. There's like super important stuff going on.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I did want to ask. Okay, well, first of all, I feel like I can like kind of warn you about this now because you sort of know more now than I thought you did. If anyone ever like comes up to you and is like, hey, there's like this hate club for your grandfather, do you want to join us? You gotta say no, because apparently there is one of those.
Halibor. I'm not incredibly religious myself, but you do realize that at least a hate club of my grandfather is centered on this island, right? The Church of Oxum's
what?
High Church is set within APS headquarters.
Ew, why do you have those people here?
Because the Church of Oxum were the ideals that founded this place, and we're literally called Azius Protective Services. Oxum is the Lord of Protection. It's a organization with a lot of flaws, but if you strip away the way that it's handled and just look at the ideals they preach, protection and safety for all, it's somewhat righteous. But the church has been getting less attention recently. None of the commands run it anymore, and I think Kiana is the only one who actually spends much time in the temple. Elsort's
Well, that explains a lot.
Elsort's pretty agnostic, as with myself and Alwadin. Ariane is more of a Hexersil worshipper, even with the, everything. Holly was never one for traditional religions, and instead chooses to follow the teachings of Malcertus, the ones from your father's time, not the ones that we remember today. And Ariel's more of an Oshana woman than anything else. So, the Church of Oxum's kind of taken a backseat in APS's attention in recent years. But it still is centered here. The central church. I have my own opinions about it, but...
Yeah, the whole matter is complicated. I will try not to judge too much. That's not really what I meant, though. I meant, like... There's an anti-hate club for him, of like his children made. One of them in particular. They recruit people.
Yeah.
You're not a member, are you?
No. This is the first time hearing of an actual club against him.
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
This sounds sarcastic.
Roll insight, go ahead.
$23.
It seems more bewilderment at the concept than sarcasm. She genuinely seems like she's not sure if you're joking or not.
Oh, do you think I'm joking? I'm not.
I
Like...
I didn't think you would joke about something like that, but if someone asks, I will say no, I promise.
Good. I mean, I totally plan to, like, abolish it, at some point anyways. I mean, once I take over the position or whatever. I need to start training first.
Of course. No, I have no reason to hate him. I mean, I know he did some bad things in the past, but people change, and the man
None of that's true.
She kind of stops and looks up at you. The slaughtering thousands of innocent people in the name of avenging the fallen gods is not...
That's all propaganda.
Helibor, you're fighting against the organization that he built.
Yeah, and they used to not be evil, and they are now.
Helibor, we have written records of how many people died to the Crest Hunt.
Yeah, and written records can be faked very easily.
Helibor, did he tell you this?
No.
Because what he told my father growing up was that the Crest Hunt had done a lot of bad, terrible things, and that people needed to learn from their mistakes.
Well, he probably just, blames himself for whatever, because he got overwhelmed and he left. And, I mean, that's not his fault. I've gotten overwhelmed.
Helibor, why do you think they're called the Crest Hunt? What do you think they
Because
did?
they hunt bad people with crests. Only bad people. Not everyone.
Rindal kind of pauses for a second, looking around. She walks over towards the living space, and approaches a bookshelf. She pulls a book off the shelf, kind of dusts it off as she sets it down. The cover reads a survivor's account of the Crest Hunt. As she flips through the pages, this is a book written shortly after the Crest Hunt disappeared by numerous survivors. It describes families hiding in churches to escape the carnage. It describes blood-soaked city streets. It describes the fear that they felt seeing their loved ones be taken. Like I said, people change. This is not who he is now, but she closes the book and slides it towards you. It's definitely who he used to be. He was hurt and scarred and angry. He wanted revenge, as did all of the others. And he took it out on the wrong people, and it's a lesson that we should learn from, and it's a lesson he learned from. The man in this book is not the man he is today, but it is the man he was. She slides the book towards you. Just give it a read, maybe?
Helipor's frown deepens as she looks down at it, and she pushes it back.
I have people alive during that time period I can ask. I can ask him. I don't need a book for that. If what you're saying is true, which I don't believe, I'm sorry, I believe that you believe it, but I don't believe it, then, it's still completely justified, and it's still fine, and yeah. I still believe that it was the okay thing to do at the time, and he just changed his mind since then, if that's real, which it probably isn't, but even if it is, it was still not a bad thing to do at the time, but it is now.
Okay. You ask him, then. And I suspect he will tell you the same thing he told my father. History is for us to learn from. Learn from the mistakes of those who are gone.
That might be triggering, though. I think he has slight PTSD. I'll just ask one of his generals.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll completely tell me that he would never, ever have killed anyone like Mother. Yeah. Okay, anyways, so, I did want to ask, though, slight conversation change. Did you find out anything useful from that vial of blood I gave you?
I did. But not in regards to your dysplasia-therapy? I think that's what I want to call it, dysplasia-therapy.
That's what I call it usually.
I'm sure you know that your blood contains the essence of a very powerful, very dark entity. It is the same thing that is corrupting Talzin's Laygate. It is the same thing that is the reason Talzin cannot cast magic normally, and it is the same thing that makes Talzin's blood magic so potent.
Mm-hmm.
And
what have you deduced about this entity?
it's less about what I've deduced about this entity and more about the limits, or I suppose lack thereof, of its power. Your vial of blood that you gave me, a single drop of that blood was able to function in the same way a full, undamaged, fully grown, soul-bound crystal functions. The only other time I have seen magic this potent is Kiana's sword.
What's so special about his sword?
An ancient heirloom passed down from generation to generation, originally forged during the War of Heroes, using a crystal of raw divine power. It is said that the blade is... It is said that sword was able to hold up in combat against Wafar when wielded by a commoner who had never picked up a blade in the past. And though I believe that is a bit of an exaggeration, having seen the sword in combat, I will say it is only a bit of an exaggeration. The raw power of the crystal in the hilt is impressive.
Okay. Is this like a white crystal?
White, yes. Pure, divine white. Hellebore, you hear an all too familiar voice push into your mind. We need that fragment.
She was waiting for it. She kind of raises a hand slightly to her head. She says this internally.
Oh my gosh. We've already stole, like, way too much from APS. Do you have a suggestion? We can't do it while I'm here. I have to go get the scythe. Like,
No,
that's
the
ASAP.
The scythe is a priority. This fragment can wait. But if you can find a way to turn APS against Kiana, then they would have no problem with you killing him and claiming his blade as spoils.
Okay, I don't really know how to do that, though. I don't think just exposing them as, him as a demon person is gonna be enough.
Not quite, but if you can egg on the demon he's harboring...
The girl?
Convince her to show that she's still just a demon. Kiana will receive the blame.
Ooh, this is kind of dangerous, though. What if I, showed up and, could you just, mind control her and, make her go crazy and maybe, cause, a bunch of property damage? And then we can be like, it was Kiana the whole time.
I don't know if I can mind control her, per se, but I might be able to influence her. My presence kind of weighs on demons, after all.
Perfect! We can just drive her crazy. That'll work.
Maybe. I can't promise that it will.
Well, if you don't drive her crazy, then I probably will say the wrong thing and do it, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
But, like you said, the scythe is a priority right now, but we need to add Kiana to our list of people we need to kill.
You want me to kill him?
I figure that's the easiest way to get his sword. Besides, you're not a fan of him, are you?
Oh no, I was about to say that actually quite works.
Also, during the fight with Daemon, I sensed my power within him.
Oh, wait, didn't you say before that him and Merlina have a piece? I kind of forgot about that.
I might have mentioned it before. I had suspected it before now, but encountering him directly has only proven that theory to be true.
Okay. Well, I'll add that to the list, and,
You were already planning on killing him anyway, weren't you?
well, I mean, only if I got the opportunity.
You will.
Okay, I'll do that then, and, I am sorry for yelling at you the last time we spoke. I was quite angry.
No, don't apologize. That anger is good. All you have to do is learn to point it at your enemies, not your allies.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So you might really, really hate me for this, but I've been thinking about this, and I just kind of wanted to pitch it. I still like Icky is really cute, but can I call you Dwaggy too?
Sure.
Wonderful. Okay. Everyone's staring at me really weird. Bye-bye for now.
You feel the presence fade to the back of your mind. Are you okay, Halibor?
Oh, yeah. yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
Are you...
So you're saying that, I was just thinking that apparently this would mean if I was a blood mage, I'd be like the most powerful person ever, right?
Not necessarily. While your blood and Talzin's can function just like a soulbound crystal, that power is harder to access. But on the bright side, most power that's in your blood can be accessed without having to harness your blood. I mean, why do you think your crest works?
Mm-hmm. Unfortunate parallel, but yeah.
Whatever entity is cursing you and Talzin, if you could learn to wield it, it would make you quite possibly the most powerful druid in the world.
I'm trying.
I truly believe that whatever it is a god or on scale with a god. I've never seen power quite so potent before.
Something like that, probably, yeah.
However, I did also discover that that energy can be separated from your blood. She kind of smirks as she turns to walk back into the lab and grabs 2 vials and pulls them off a little vial holder and towards you. You see one of them is filled with this like black mist almost that kind of swirls around in the bottle, and the other with a light red blood. As she shows you the 2 vials, but does not offer them out to you. The downside is the amount of power it took to separate just this small amount was not insubstantial. I spent 4 whole soulbound crystals and all of my own energy. But it is possible to cure Talzin.
Is that his blood?
This, she kind of shakes the vial of the black mist, is whatever essence of the entity is mixed with your blood, and this, she shakes the light crimson vial, is what remains of the vial you gave me.
It's not changing color anymore.
No, it's not.
But it's cool when it changes from red to gold. It looks kind of boring now.
Yeah, I certainly agree that the color-changing appearance of the blood was what drew me to want to experiment on it. I wondered if perhaps that was a side effect of the divine entity within you, and separating the 2 essences at least seems to have stopped that, but there's no gold left in either, and that's what confuses me. I figured the gold might have been a manifestation of your crest. My blood doesn't quite do that, but there's specks of gold in it, which records state was the case for those who bore crests during the crest hunt and War of Heroes. So, fresher crests. So maybe this, she shakes the black mist vial, is the reason why it was actively changing colors, and the freshness of your crest is what made it gold. Although the separation seems to have removed the crest entirely.
Does this mean you can take my crest away?
To do that would require a full blood transfusion. It would...
Halibor literally just sticks out her arms like she's ready to give blood.
Okay, we can do it right now.
I do not have the resources, the time, or the energy to do that right now, and until I find a way to separate the essences properly, it would kill you, literally, to perform this operation. Give me time. If I can find a cure for Talzin, I can find a way to separate your crest, but I don't want to kill either of you in the process. Whether you are willing to be resurrected or not, that is still a high cost, both on your soul and monetarily.
I'm not big into really resurrection and stuff, but my soul can handle it. It's been through a lot. I'm sure it can handle it.
I don't know if it can. You said, especially if what you've said just now is true, that your soul has been through a lot. This, and she shakes the black mist vial, shares more properties with soul than blood. I think...
Oh, well, my soul got ripped out of my body and put back, and I was fine.
That shouldn't be done at all. Especially
It's happened multiple times, actually.
Okay. So again, I think it's the godlike power in your veins that is keeping your soul from shattering from all of that torment, and I don't quite know if I could separate your crest without separating the divine essence, whatever godlike being is within you, and doing that, your soul would be greatly weakened just innately, and then to kill you and drag you back from whatever afterlife it sends you to, I don't know if your soul would survive the trip. I'm no soul mage. That's more Holly's domain than mine, but from what I understand, that kind of stress can... Not to mention, the process of seramorphosis destroys the soul of the host, and though you have not undergone a full transformation, you and Fenrir do have illithid parasites, and I cannot promise how much of your soul remains.
So I'm stuck with it.
Not necessarily. Just for now. There are too many unknowns. This is a lot that I haven't been able to look into. I would... If I could take another vial to continue to experiment on, between you and Talzin, I might be able to find a solution in the next 5 years. But it's...
Yeah, I really don't know if I'll... You go ahead and take it though. You know. Yeah. Let's be hopeful.
She nods and will fetch a fresh vial from her lab, and will offer it to you. As she can.
Oh, can you get another vial? Actually, I was gonna ask. We found a really good solution for my transformations. There's, do you know what a coatl is?
I've heard of them, though I've never met one in person.
Well,
She kind of does like a gesture to Helly.
I was muted. Hallie will smile and with a flourish will summon Cuckoo.
Cuckoo appears, and immediately has to kind of curl up to avoid crashing into things, as he's like, "Hi, what do you need?" Kind of looks around. Doesn't look like you're fighting anyone. She's not transformed yet. Is she gonna transform tonight? Is that why you need me?
Tomorrow, actually.
Oh, okay. I don't think I can stay that long.
Rindal, this is Cuckoo. Cuckoo, this is Rindal.
You just summoned a coatl in my lab.
Mhm.
In Mortem's name, by the... Hello. Hi! I'm Kukulkan. Here, hang on. Cuckoo polymorphs himself into a humanoid form and will hold out a hand to Rindal. I'm friends with, Helly. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too. She'll shake his hand. I think I see where this is going. You want a vial of the venom.
Yeah, if you could, to give to Finrir, maybe. I mean, it makes it a lot easier for me.
She nods and will return to the lab and grab a few vials, and will offer them out to Kukulkan, who will kind of take them, however is easiest for you. But having a few backups would be nice. Obviously, don't push yourself, but no, this I can fill these. I need somewhere to snake again. Oh, we can move this table. And Rondo will kind of shove the table that Fenrir had been sitting at into a corner of the room to make some more space. And Kukulkan will transform. Well, first he'll kind of offer the vials back to Rindal. I kind of need you to hold these. I don't really have hands in snake form. Oh, right. Sorry. She'll take the vials and he'll transform, and it takes about 5 minutes, but he'll fill the 3 vials with venom. And she'll cork each of them, and she kind of smiles. Thank you. Of course. Kukulkan transforms back into the humanoid form, gives her a smile. Anytime. That I can only come here when Tally summons me, but, anytime she wants me to. It's appreciated. So these are for me, then? She looks to you, Halibor.
Yeah, absolutely. You can try them out on Vinder tomorrow. You only need a little bit. It's pretty potent.
From what I've seen in the Archmage's research, Ariane's borrowed a few books from me. It definitely seems pretty potent. Though, having 3 vials, I can do a few experiments with one to see just how potent. She'll take the vials into the lab and set them aside, grab a quill and just write coatl venom on each of the bottles. And then we'll return. I only lament that I can't find you a solution to your crust problem sooner. I won't lie, the temptation to try and learn from the Cursed Ones it ebbs at me every day. Their ability to transfuse crusts is something that APS has never been able to do. But I refuse to stoop so low as to borrow research from such twisted minds.
They are really bad, I agree, but
I can't imagine they learned what they did without sacrifice. And although science is not science without some sacrifice, the sacrifice of lives is too much.
yeah, theoretically, if you could, like, remove my crest, though, do you think you could just, like, reverse engineer that to, say, give me one?
You want your father's?
Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Hellebore, that is a very big maybe, okay? It entirely depends on the process of removing a crest, and it entirely depends on whether you're compatible, and it entirely depends on the process of adding a crest, and whether I have access to pure divine blood.
Oh. If that's all you need, we can get you that. But
How?
Helly, isn't this kind of exactly what the Cursed Ones are doing?
Well, that's kind of the point I was making.
It's not generally a good thing, I agree, but I can't help I was born with the wrong crest, okay? It's the only way I see around it.
It just hit me that Hellebore's crest situation totally works as a trans metaphor.
The layers of trans to this girl.
Yeah, oh my
Crazy.
god.
We happen to have a lot of distilled divine blood. I think Rain has it right now.
I'm not even going to ask how you got that, honestly. I think I'd rather not know. But I mean, even if I just had a little bit to experiment with. I'm getting ahead of myself. First and foremost, I would need... You're fighting the Cursed Ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally.
And you find some of their secret hideouts while you're doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If you find any research notes about the crust transfusions...
Did we find any of those last time?
Not last time, no.
Okay.
hate the idea of using research that took lives to learn, but the fundamentals of alchemy cost so many lives to understand.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find research notes, I might be able to do it faster than 5, 10, 15 years. But if I don't have research notes from people who've already made the sacrifices, I refuse to make them myself. So it is going to be a long and arduous process using very minimal amounts of blood until I find a solution that will not kill you.
Okay. We can have, but before we head out tomorrow, we can have Rain drop the blood off. That's not a big deal. And, I mean, they had, like, tons of research notes. I mean, I didn't even go through it all. I'm sure there's something we could get.
I wish Des Arnada had not managed to escape the Citadel during the chaos of Cliffberg escaping. I might have been able to question her about it. But I assume you're the ones who strung her up in city center. I don't blame you for it. You made the right decision.
Yeah. That kind of leads me to something I was going to say earlier. Can you please not tell Benrir about, her identity? Because they're terrible people. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. We broke into their place or whatever. They're awful. They're terrible.
House Arnada has been difficult since Das was born, but the Arnada house also was good once upon a time. I believe it was an Arnada all those years ago that sealed away Zittereth.
Oh. Yeah, definitely don't, don't tell her. I don't think she should know.
You don't think you...
I mean, she's been through a lot. I mean, I know, if I was locked away for, hundreds of years and, lost my mind and went kind of crazy, and then someone was like, oh, yeah, by the way, you're also, part of a noble house. I mean, I don't even have to lose my mind to be, really upset if someone told me I was part of a noble house.
I will refrain from telling her, but she's going to find out eventually. We deal with House Arnada from time to time here, and she already knows of the association of the name. At least her association with the name. But no, I believe it was a man named Verity Arnada who sealed away the Dreadlord Zittereth. They weren't always as terrible as Das. And I'm sure with a point in the right direction, House Arnata might be able to be decent again.
Maybe with a lot of house cleaning.
You don't seem to believe me.
I believe if they like cast off all of their titles and moved somewhere else and started a new life, they could probably be decent.
Like your father
But
did?
that doesn't seem. Yeah, exactly.
Where he cast off his title as the Christ Killer to atone for his sins?
There were no sins to atone for, but
Hellebore.
listen, I'm sorry. I don't believe it.
You are denying one of the greatest tragedies this world has ever seen. A tragedy that we still are learning from to this day. One that we still build churches with bunkers because of. So that there's always room for more people, just in case. One that is repeating today, and you are at the heart of. I'm sorry, Hellebore, but you are wrong this time. But if you need to speak to your father or one of his generals to confirm that, then go ahead, but I promise you, they will tell you the same thing I am telling you.
Well, I guess I just have too much faith then, because again, even if he did do that, I don't believe it's wrong. So almost all of the people that were actually there during that time, other than Morlina, were actually really nice.
Even the kindest person can do dark deeds in times of anger. I mean,
Well,
you know why Fenrir was locked up, right? Because she feasted on the innocent and slaughtered hundreds, and look at her now. Was it her fault? No, but she was angry and confused and undergoing a lot that no one else was. People change.
I'm not one to judge anyways. I also have done terrible things and continue to do terrible things and will do terrible things, so what I'm saying is it's not changing my opinion of him. All.
Not asking you to change your opinion of him, Hellebore. He is a good man now.
And he always has been.
No. And I am sure that he would tell you the same thing.
I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Okay.
My parents are always right. That is the only thing in this world that I'm sure of.
Believing that anyone is always right is a fool's game.
Well, I am certainly a fool. In any case, I did just want to check real quick, Cuckoo, before you disappear. Did you give me my ambrosia?
I wasn't able to. Its healing properties are really important right now, given everything that's going on. So we didn't have any to spare, I'm sorry.
Everything that's going on?
I mean, we're busy. There's been a lot going on in the heavens, and we're just trying to make it day by day at the moment.
Mm-hmm. So, if theoretically that wasn't an issue anymore, then I could have it?
Maybe?
Well, there's a chance it won't be an issue anymore eventually, so I guess I'll just maybe have some then.
Mm-hmm. Helly, am I still muted here?
Not Helipor internally like, okay, I'll just wait until my demon raises your home to the ground.
No, Cuckoo.
Okay.
I'll do some.
he was about to say something else and then he's just gone. Ambrosia, you think you can handle it?
Oh my goodness, why does everyone think I want to eat it? I just want to grow it, or look at it, or study it. I have to see, like, every plant ever. That's a druid's job.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else you need from me?
Yes, one more
Okay.
thing. One last thing.
Absolutely.
Speaking of druids, is Aconite already in the Citadel?
She studies you for a long moment. No.
Oh, did you sentence him to death? I thought you guys didn't do that.
We, Aconite is still the chief druid of APS.
Huh? Wait, did you not get Rain's message?
I did, but Elsword has final say on these matters. She
You
does
told
not
her, right?
believe the account of a single adventurer to outweigh everything Aconite has done for APS, despite my vouching for him. I suggested we put him under a truth spell or truth potion, but Elsword said we'd put off the trial till later. We need his abilities, we need his resources, and we need all 9 commands with war on the horizon.
Okay, whoa. That is just crazy. Why would you put off the truth thing? That only takes a moment to ask someone questions. That totally sounds like she's in on it, or like she knows that he's bad and is just like not doing anything about it. Why else would you not ask someone that if they're potentially like a betrayer? That's crazy.
Because at the moment, we need every resource we can get.
Not a Shadow Druid's resource? Everything he's doing is to dismantle your thing. Like, APS is the opposite of what a Shadow Druid stands for. He's only here to, like, get your guys' trust and, like, get in good or whatever and worm his way in and then corrupt it from the inside out. He's like parasites.
Halibor, there is so much going on right now. The only reason me and Ariane are still here on the island is because I'm researching Fenrir and Ariane is researching what is going on with Talzin, because both of them are so closely connected to everything going on. Elsword has not had a moment to relax in weeks. Neither has anyone else. The nations are at the brink of war. The first strikes have already happened. It is a matter of days before war is officially declared. The Illithid hive mind just recently made a full frontal assault on the Wissenian Empire. She would not have said Adorian. I was talking about Tifod yesterday. Made a full frontal assault on the Wissenian Empire, not to mention the rise in demonic attacks throughout all 3 continents, and the Cursed Ones. We don't have time. We don't even have time to deal with the Crest Hunt at the moment. We are so thankful for you all for focusing your efforts on them.
Why are they... Okay. Why are they going to war, first of all?
Well, the 3 heirs did a bit of a peace tour recently, and at each location they were attacked. By the Cursed Ones. Then, in the aftermath, each accused the other of orchestrating said attack, and the Empire invaded one of the kingdom's cities, laying claim to it, Pearl Site. Asunia has been accused of killing multiple Wissenian generals, and the Callous Kingdom has taken control of Falsire. In Asunia. A full war across all 3 nations is bound to break out any day now.
Okay. Demon attacks?
Just a few, scattered across the continents. Always on the outskirts of civilization, never in the cities, but we believe they were trying to access the Hells and got turned around, and their violent nature turned them to just attack the nearest thing. But either way, demons have been appearing on the material, and it's been up to us to shut that down.
Mm. Okay.
Internally.
Icky, have you been leading these demon attacks?
I have no idea what she's talking about. Admittedly, the forces of the Abyss are stupid. So, her theory adds up. One misplaced rune on a plane shift, and they open a portal to the material instead of the hells.
Alright, well, Caliber 100% believes that.
I see. Okay. It just hypothetically, would it make the war like way worse or better if one of the heirs died?
I mean, right now, that would be the straw that breaks the camel's back. One of the heirs dying would, or one of the rulers dying, would spark a full-scale war. They would accuse whichever nation they think is responsible, and everything would go to hell. During the war, it would only make matters worse. Again, accusations around every corner about who or what caused that death, and they would fight to avenge their fallen leader.
Oh.
This whole thing started because the heirs were attacked. If they were killed... Rindal shakes her head. I can't imagine. The death toll would be... the most we could do would be to play damage control at that point.
Hellebore looks guilty and is trying not to make eye contact.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that sucks. Well, please be careful about he's going to turn against you eventually. Probably with everything culminating here, it's not going to be that long before it does happen. Just be prepared and... yeah.
I believe you. It's just a matter of convincing Captain Elsword before it's too late.
I know that you have morals and ideals that I don't necessarily align myself with, but I would advise you, if it comes down to it, to not wait for Elsword's permission, because I assure you a Shadow Druid would not do the same for you. They are decisive. They will kill you and they will sacrifice you, and you must treat them the same.
I would risk everything by doing that without... If I had proof of his betrayal before I did that, then maybe. But if I act brazenly, I risk my job, my livelihood, my life, and all the resources I have to research your cure and Talzin's cure, and Fenrir's cure. And without me, I can't promise what APS will do to Fenrir. I cannot risk striking first.
Then, if it is at all possible, we will strike first.
And I cannot promise your safety if you do.
Yeah, well, a lot of the things that I do and plan to do are not exactly APS condoned, so I'll be fine. Or I won't. But I don't ask for permission before I ask. Before I act, I mean.
Right.
There's anything wrong with the fact that you do or anything, but that's your decision. Yeah. So, I do think that's everything. You have the venom. Yeah. That's really all I had to talk about.
Okay. Let me know if you need anything.
I will. We'll stop by and give you the blood tomorrow before we leave, but we do need to head out pretty early.
Of course.
Okay. Oh. Can I hug you bye?
Sure. She'll kind of hold her hands out to offer you the hug.
Halibor will, she never holds back on a hug. She goes full in, probably knocks the breath out of her. And will squeeze tight.
Okay, stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
She smiles and waves goodbye to you. And as I assume you head out, you see, as you step outside, Fenrir is a bit of a ways away, walking back towards the door. Seems like she's just about finished the walk that she went on. She smiles as she sees you come out and gives you a wave.
Fenrir, hi! Did you have a good walk?
Yeah, Fenrir had fun.
Awesome. Did you see any fish on your way?
So many fish over the beach. So many. I wanted to eat, but Rindal says no eat.
It's very, very difficult not to eat them, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. They look so tasty.
Have you ever seen a fish that's, like, not a fish, though? Like an aquatic creature that isn't a fish?
No? Wait. Maybe? Big metal fish one time.
Oh, no. Those are boats. Those are not necessarily bad,
No.
but, like, they're not...
No, not boat. Underwater.
Submarine?
She kind of squints as you say that. Good night, Tabby. We're probably not going to go much longer.
Yeah, no, I'm literally like wrapping it up like right here.
Yeah. And then there were two.
Man, the last one standing. Do submarines exist in this world? It's a good question.
I don't know if the word submarine would exist. I'm gonna say the word submarine wouldn't exist, and I don't know if Helibor's heard of a boat that goes
Probably
underwater, other than through magical means to bring the boat down and to keep air pockets with magic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And even that, I don't know if Helibor would have seen or heard of anything like that outside of in theory.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then scratch that. She kind of just tilts her head.
Metal underwater?
Mm-hmm. Big metal fish swimming underwater.
Metal fish?
No face. Spooky.
No face?
Mm-mm.
Does Helibor know any such creature like that?
Nope.
Where did you see this at?
On boat with Ariel. Towards Kingdom. From Kingdom.
Huh. Okay. That's, kind of spooky.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that. Well, do you want to go see, something not spooky and something that definitely has a face?
Yes?
Okay.
Should tell Rindal.
Yeah. Tell her I'm gonna borrow you for just a little bit.
Okay. She'll jog over to Rindal's door and kind of crack it open a bit and just poke her head inside. There's a brief conversation that you can hear. It goes about as you'd expect. Fenrir says that she's going to go hang out with you. Rindal tells her to be safe and have fun, and Fenrir closes the door and smiles at you.
Hell yeah. We don't have to go through all of the covering it because there's a million things that she but she wants to hang out with Fenrir some before she goes to sleep. So she's gonna bring her to the beach.
Yeah.
She is going to go out there and turn into a whale shark and invite Fenrir to ride her around a little bit.
Fenrir absolutely will. Being more dog than cat, she definitely enjoys the water a lot. Though she is kind of a weird hybrid of the two.
Helibor for real.
Yeah.
Helibor still loves the water though.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I think it was obvious by the fact that Fenrir also has the whole new moon transformation displacentropy thing. But Fenrir was written to be essentially like a sister to Helibor. Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. I love it.
Yeah. A sister from another mister, as you will. As the two of you spend some time together before it gets too late. Eventually, Fenrir returns to Rindal, and you make your way back to the inn where you're staying. That is where we're going to close off tonight's session. Thank you to those who were here. Thank you, Tori, for staying to the end. And thank you, everyone who is listening now or watching later. I know this was a little bit out of the ordinary, but honestly, for this group, a Foley roleplay session is not too out of the ordinary. But it's just been so long since we played, we needed our fix. Especially Tori.
Give me my cat.
Give you your cat. Give me my favorite campaign I've written so far. It's funny. Planar Cosmos was supposed to be my magnum opus of campaigns, but I love Azius so much more. which I know you're not supposed to pick favorite childs, but I think most of us can agree that this campaign might be our favorite.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just, I fucking love Hellebore. I mean, the campaign itself is amazing, but like, this is my character. I love her.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the interconnected narrative of Azius, whereas Planar Cosmos is specifically designed to be 7 self-contained stories with a overarching plot and theme of like what makes you human, quote unquote. Whereas The Adventures of Azius is a very interconnected plot that I have to think about because everything connects. You're starting to see some of how everything connects, but everything connects to each other. And so it's... Anyway, I was doing an outro. Thank you for coming. Thank you for staying. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye for